Man, what a beautiful day in Syracuse, New York. 81 degrees and all sunny and no fucking rain for once. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Mr. Lucas WWE Backlash 2025 review. Today being May 11th of 2025. It'll be May 12th of 2025 because yesterday was Mother's Day. I hope everybody had a nice Mother's Day, as did I. I had a pretty, actually decent Mother's Day for once. I know, it's crazy. I don't expect it too often, but hey, it is what it is. I want to get right into today's review to be in the Backlash 2025 review. And by the way, I'm thinking about doing your flagship No Limits to Lucas podcast, episode number 7, at some point today. Maybe tonight at some point, maybe right before Monday Night Raw for May 12th of 2025. I highly doubt it, honestly. I got a lot of shit to do. And I go outside, maybe potentially get a pizza for something. It's for me and for lunch or dinner and everything today. I gotta do that. I gotta walk up. It's not that far away from my house and all. So let's walk up and get a little bit of vitamin D to say at least, and a little bit of exercise to say at least as well. Let's get into your Backlash review, shall we? This is a pretty fun show. I was not gonna have too much, expectations going into the show. This show is very, lackluster from the card standpoint. And the show actually very impressed. This show actually was really impressive, man. A very impressive Backlash 2025 for all of us, honestly. Let's go start things today. Jacob Fatu. He defeats LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre to retain a WWE United States Championship. To start the show thanks to debuting Jeff Cobb. That was freaking crazy. This match was actually pretty fun. This match, arguably the best thing on the show. Arguably, it could probably be, I should say, it's the best thing on the show, minus the main event between John Cena and Randy Orton. But even now, I'm going to discuss my thoughts on that segment match. And I'll discuss it about opening match here. Pretty fun match between Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is always great. And it could maybe eventually going for a babyface turn. We shall wait and find out with debuting Jeff Cobb with Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline 2.0. Freaking, I know, man. It's pretty freaking bizarre seeing. I don't know, is Jeff Cobb actually a Samoan or what? I'm not sure if he's a Samoan or not. It's kind of bizarre him being with Solo Sikoa, but obviously we'll wait and find out later on the developments with this for sure. We'll discuss that though. With Jacob Fatu defeating LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre and the United States to retain the United States Championship to start the show. We'll discuss that. Also, Lyra Valkyria. She defeats Becky Lynch to retain the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship in a very fun match as well. This was also a very fun match. We'll discuss that. And probably another match with Becky Lynch was Becky Lynch he does a roll-up finisher. I hate the fact that there so many roll-ups in women's wrestling. The same finish over and over like PLEs or AEW pay-per-views. Like, oh my god. What's with the freaking roll-ups, man? It's like every freaking normal match, man. It's insane. The amount of roll-ups in every freaking wrestling show or PLE in general, you get the point. It's insane. We're going to discuss that. Dominik Mysterio defeats Penta to retain the men's WWE Intercontinental Championship, and also a very fun match. This is the lowest grade of the show, by the way, and still a very fun match. Proves to show you how much it was actually Backlash, not that bad on paper. You know, it's a bad, like a lower card, competitors in this matches and everything. But still, very not bad Backlash, we'll discuss that. Dominik Mysterio defeating Penta to retain the men's Intercontinental Championship. We'll discuss that. In the third match, I was discussing Gunther defeating Pat McAfee in another freaking impressive match. The bumps Pat McAfee were taking in this match is something you would not see it from normal celebrities. Some other than Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny always takes a lot of bumps. And man, he did Canadian Destroyer one time at WrestleMania too. That's a different conversation for another day, I know. We'll discuss Gunther defeating Pat McAfee in another fun match, man. This was another banger of a match. We'll discuss that. I was discussing the clusterfuck that was the main event. But it's like, oh god, John Cena, another clusterfuck match. Believe it or not, this actually was not a bad clusterfuck match. Let's discuss John Cena in the main event. Defeats Randy Orton in the main event, obviously, to retain the Undisputed WWE Championship. And main event, like I said, and my god, man. The referee bumps and the old stuff, you see, we still don't see Randy Orton doing this in 2025. Nope, we got John Cena hitting Randy Orton with the Undisputed WWE Championship and retain his championship. This is a classic, not old Cena. And so new John Cena was desperate as hell to being champion, being an undisputed WWE champion, and keeping that number 17 championship intact. And going desperate to maneuvers like hitting the championship on Randy Orton. The referee bumps in this match were freaking crazy, man. But you know, it's actually probably the best John Cena match in the last, like, let's say 5 years or so. Probably, I was thinking, he actually was a lot better than this WrestleMania 40 match with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. A lot better. He wrestled like sort of like old Cena to a point. You know, he's like 49 years old. I'm not getting too twisted here. But at least this is like a lot better than WrestleMania 40. And it's not like a pay-per-view fight on WrestleMania. It still is a very fun match. John Cena, Randy Orton, for probably the last time ever we'll see these two. And it probably would have been the best matches I thought these two produced. And their whole rivalry in other scenarios. Probably not the best match on paper. But one like maybe like top 5. Man, these two had a lot of freaking matches together. These had a lot of freaking matches here. And referee bumps in this match like you think it would be a bloodline type match here. Like Roman Reigns or something like that. But no, it's just John Cena and Randy Orton. We're going to discuss this on your today's podcast. Join me. So it's this year's WWE Backlash 2025 review on No Limits of Lucas. Starting with, you guessed it, Jacob Fatu, the reigning defending WWE Men's United States Champion, defeats LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre to, like I said, retain the WWE Men's United States Championship to start the show, thanks to a debuting Jeff Cobb costing the title for LA Knight. This gets a freaking A. First of all, let's discuss the bumps in all four of these men produced, especially, obviously, a real one that actually was, like, had injuries and implications into it, with Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, and they're fighting in the crowd, and lo and behold, Damian Priest gave Drew McIntyre a South of Heaven chokeslam through, I think, a table on like, the crowd and everything. There's this big spot, actually, both Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre are banged up after this match, so we just those two are the best. But that bump was freaking crazy. And there was a holy shit chance from the crowd. It's still so good to finally see a peacock, but just a PLEBM peacock, and not see the holy shit chance bleeped out. It's so freaking more digestible. Absolutely love that. So obviously it's not on Netflix or like on USA Network, even on worse on Fox. But you get the point. Even in CW for NXT, dude. So they bleep the fucking holy shit chance. I absolutely freaking hate that crap. It takes away from the freaking moment. Like, damn. But Jeff Cobb debuting at Solo Sikoa is something else. I don't know if I like it or not. I like the fact he's on the main roster, though. To tease a Jacob Fatu and Jeff Cobb match for United States Championship. I mean, sign me the fuck up, bro. That would be something fucking else. That would be something else, man. And Jacob Fatu retains the United States Championship. This is a banger. Banger match. Hats off all four of these matches. Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. They put on a fucking clinic to start the show. And this is the right match to open up, especially if you're having Jeff Cobb debut here. But I don't know if I like it with Solo Sikoa. It's something to say at least. I mean, it's developing the long term with Jeff Cobb turn on Solo. I'm not going to discuss that right now, though. We'll probably see Jacob Fatu being a heel. Not heel, babyface now, excuse me. Maybe they get Solo Sikoa as his new enforcer and kicks out Jacob Fatu. And they're talking so much trash about Solo Sikoa being Jacob Fatu. And he gets taken out by both Jeff Cobb, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Solo Sikoa as well. Well, shall we find out with that, man? That'll be interesting storytelling, to say the least. With this fatal four between Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre for the Men's United States Championship, it's an all-great but fucking A, man. This was freaking great, if you ask me. A is great to all both four of these men. Right outcome here, seeing Jacob Fatu retain the Men's United States Championship. A is your grade. Moving on to Lyra Valkyria, the reigning defending WWE Women's United States Champion, Intercontinental Champion. Lyra Valkyria defeats Becky Lynch to retain, like I said, a WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Not as great as the open match. This is still right behind it, though. This gets an A-. This gets an A-. These two women tore the fucking house down. As I would think they would. Lyra's been a great freaking women's IC champion. Becky Lynch has been, think she get overshadowed by Lyra in this match. Becky Lynch actually she started off a tiny bit slow. It's not like, I don't think it's ring rust. It's just how Becky Lynch is ring like competitor she is, honestly. She thinks it's more of a storyteller than like the flips and dives bullshit. Like any wrestler you see. Maybe not the women's side of things, but you get the point. But this is actually a banger of a match. These two women tore the fucking house down. I think they had a foul to Fatal 4 with Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. It was kind of a crime. Those four men tore the fucking house down too. But these women are not that far behind those four men. This was freaking very fun as well. This was freaking very fun. This is freaking fun. I absolutely hate, though, the freaking roll-up finish again with Lyra Valkyria. Not Lyra Valkyria personally. It was like freaking another freaking roll-up. In a women's wrestling match, man. Oh my god, I'm sick and fucking tired of the damn roll-ups. I really am. That doesn't say it didn't ruin the match at all. I mean, it developed some of a story with me and Becky getting another match and then eventually being Lyra for a Women's Intercontinental Championship. This is the only match I got wrong, by the way. But then again, I also realized this. From my predictions I did on SmackDown, go check that SmackDown review out. It was the last upload I did on YouTube and all audio platforms. I picked 5 heels to win this on Backlash. I picked Jacob Fatu to remain to retain the United States Championship. I picked Dominik Mysterio to retain the Men's Intercontinental Championship. I picked Becky Lynch being a new Women's Intercontinental Champion. I picked Gunther to defeat Pat McAfee. I picked John Cena to beat Randy Orton. That's all 5 of them. 5 matches where heels win this matches. So you probably want one babyface win. One babyface probably you would think will probably win was Lyra Valkyria, and I didn't mind that whatsoever. But this match is an A-, and this is freaking great, though. I just hate the match to end in the freaking roll-up. Same freaking way, man. End the freaking match be a roll-up. I'm tired of it. But at least it develops a story with Lyra and Becky having another match. Probably then Becky eventually beats Lyra. Remember, Becky's 0-2 against Lyra Valkyria to take implications of the NXT Women's Championship from a couple years ago. And now there's this match with her and Lyra for a Women's Intercontinental Championship. Right now she's 0-2. The next match probably will have Becky win the championship, in all honesty. This gets an A-. But these two did indeed tore the house down. They definitely did tore the house down, so hats off these two women. A- is your grade. Oh, but she's Becky Lynch's Becky Hogan. I'm tired of the Hogan freaking propaganda comparisons. I hate when Bayley getting compared to Bayley Hogan. I hate when Mercedes, my girl, getting compared to Mercedes Hogan. Which we'll discuss here soon in the podcast. She lost New Japan Strong Women's Championship. So where's your Mercedes Hogan now? Oh, but she didn't take the pinfall. Fuck that, bro. You just complain for the sake of complaining. That's what I gotta say about you. But anyways, hats off to all these women to Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria wins, retain her championship. A- is your grade. I'm going to say B-. A- is your grade. Moving on to the Men's Intercontinental Championship match. Dominik Mysterio, the reigning defending WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, defeats Penta to, like I said, retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship on the men's side of things. This is the worst thing on the show, but still a freaking very fun match. This is still a fun match. The B+ is your lowest grade for this whole pay-per-view, or PLE. That's freaking crazy, man, I know. But I finally felt sorry for Dominik and Penta having to follow the first 2 matches on the show. Because the crowd was mega into both Lyra and Becky, but more specifically the midweights that in the match. And they were all into Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre for the United States Championship. Those two, I kind of felt bad for these two, especially with the Judgment Day bullshit happening at ringside. That's the only thing I take away from this match. That was bad, honestly. As you hear a fucking bike storming down my street, I'm so sorry about that. I have the windows open, it's 80+ degrees. And I got no AC in there yet. I'm going to have to move out of my house soon. It's just to have a separate conversation for another people. But Dominik Mysterio defeats Penta to retain the Men's Intercontinental Championship. This gets a B+. To think the worst thing in the show being a B+ to show you how much this PLE delivered, man. Remember what WWE haters like to say about it. I'm a fair wrestling critiquer. I absolutely did not like the whole WrestleMania season. I didn't like WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 itself. But this Backlash should not be complaining about it. Some of these assholes were just complaining about the sake of complaining online. All because the bill was lackluster, I submit the SmackDown side was lackluster. The Raw side was not that bad. Could have been better, of course it could have been. But still, the Backlash build I feel like was a lot better than WrestleMania's build. Where you assholes like you just choose full-fledged agenda of hating for everything for the sake of hating. I give Triple H as much criticism as I possibly can. That man has not been delivering recently whatsoever. I will be honest. But this, you can't slam this PLE. I don't know what the fuck your people are complaining about with this PLE. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But Dominik defeats Penta, like I said, and retaining the men's Intercontinental Championship. This is a fun match. I could have done lots of Jay McDonough and Finn Balor and the ringside with Carlito and bullshit. I am sick of the Judgment Day. I am tired of it, but let's have Dominik go on his own, making himself Liv Morgan by his side. But let's get Finn Balor more implications to be leaving this damn Judgment Day propaganda. And get Carlito the hell out of here. He's useless beyond useless can be. And Jay McDonough can be maybe a tag team with Carlito or something, dude. Something, to say the least. But this is a fun match with Dominik and Penta. I hate seeing Penta take another L. But then again, he didn't lose the title. He didn't lose the championship clean. Or at least the championship match clean. He had Chad Gable, El Grande Americano, help out with like the mask with the plate inside the El Grande Americano's mask. And he hit, obviously, Penta in the face with it. And that made Penta lose the match with the referee's back turned. So that's how Dominik Mysterio retained his men's Intercontinental Championship. B+ your grade. Not a bad match. I just think it's probably the worst thing in the show, but still a very fun match, I'll say at least. Moving on to Gunther, the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther defeats Pat McAfee. He's like, Lucas, you should be slamming this, right? I am not slamming this match whatsoever. To think Michael Cole was brilliant throughout this whole match. And he even came out, he took his headset off. He even tried to help get Gunther to lose this match. With Gunther's leg underneath the rope. And have him almost take the pinfall loss against Pat McAfee. But this match was actually pretty fun. The bumps Pat McAfee was taking in this match. You would think that it was celebrity in his age as Pat McAfee. Be normal man would take. But this was freaking great. This is a fun match. Pat McAfee's always been a great guy. A great wrestler for the most part. Despite being a full-fledged celebrity, not a really professional wrestler. When Pat McAfee can work, this man can work in the ring and he can do anything else. No matter what you think of his commentary show on the commentary, him and Michael Cole with the and Jey Uso. No matter what you want to think of him at this, you can't slam this match between Pat McAfee and Gunther. You just can't. This was freaking very fun. The bumps of the chops, McAfee, he was taking the chops big time. You're like, oh my god, this man's not a wrestler. He's taking these chops like a freaking man. And he delivered. He delivered this Batman match pretty good for the most part. And Gunther was destroying him like this should have been. And Pat McAfee was a big, tough guy. And he didn't want to go down. He had to pass out from Gunther's sleeper hold. He passed out. He didn't tap out. He passed out. Shout out to Pat McAfee. This gets an A-. Slay better than Dominik and Penta, but this is a very fun. I was totally sports entertained by this. You see what I did there? Sports entertainment with WWE, you get the point. I was totally sports entertained with Gunther and Pat McAfee feud, this match. I didn't mind the feud going into it. I liked the promos they had and everything. With Gunther, and especially that angle of the Raw through WrestleMania, with Gunther choking out Pat McAfee. That was freaking brilliant as hell. This gets an A-, man. This Gunther and Pat McAfee match is an already A-. This shot both matches. Even Pat McAfee was, the bumps he was taking this match was somebody you not think of a celebrity would take. Unless you're like Bad Bunny. This was great. A- to your greatest team, both Gunther and Pat McAfee. This is the second to last match on the show. Moving on to your last match on the show, the main event. John Cena, the reigning defending undisputed WWE Champion, defeats Randy Orton in the main event, like I said, to retain the undisputed WWE Championship. This gets an A. Tied for the best grade with Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre for men's United States Championship. This was very fun. The referee bumps in this match. Honestly, this elevated this match with that. Because John Cena is not the normal John Cena, but what's his overbooked as fuck? He absolutely was overbooked as hell. But it doesn't mean it's bad when you get overbooked finishes. It really doesn't mean it's that bad. But John Cena, he's not full-fledged, like, he's not what he once was as a wrestler. You can clearly see it at WrestleMania 40 in the Night 2 main event with Cody Rhodes. He's not the wrestler he once was, nearly type these types of matches. And plus, there was no Travis Scott, thank fucking God, man. We didn't see Travis Scott or Goldberg in the last match with Gunther and Pat McAfee. Thank goodness, man. No Goldberg and no Travis Scott or anything else. Thank fucking God, man. And the thing is that those two men, John Cena and Randy Orton, had the match with was a lot of shenanigans involved in this match. Or it was like RKO City in St. Louis. Randy Orton's RKO and even Nick Aldis, the producers, and Jamie Nolan and JC Jordan. Was JC Jordan out there? I'm not sure if he was, but it's a different conversation for another day. I know Jamie Noble was out there. Mr. J&J Security Man with Seth Rollins, Jamie Noble. But this was freaking fun. Was this overbooked? Absolutely it was. But it doesn't mean overbooked finishes are not bad. It doesn't mean it's bad, people. Like, I don't understand people slamming. It's like, oh, it's too many clusterfucks. Like, 6 clusterfuck finishes in this match. Listen, I know it's your opinion. I ain't gonna slam your opinion. This is definitely why it's overbooked. But John Cena is almost 50 years old. You expect him to have a full-far wrestling match? You all be out of your fucking mind. I get it, he's the world champion, the undisputed WWE champion, the biggest title in the company right now. But still. When you have guys like John Cena, who's 49 years old, he's not what he once was at all. And now you have, Randy Orton, all-time greats. Well, Randy Orton and John Cena are all-time greats in the biggest rivalries of all time, honestly. Up there for sure. Well, John Cena and Randy Orton, both biggest rivalries. Probably more Randy Orton's biggest rivalries for John Cena, we get the point. This was fun. I was very entertained by this match. Do I think I've been kind of lower, overbooked a little too much? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean it wasn't bad. It was not like Cody Rhodes and John Cena for WrestleMania 40 and Night 2. It's not that bad. Like, shut the fuck up, people. Stop complaining. Was it overbooked? Yes, but it needed to be because John Cena's 49 years old or something like that. When almost your friend are 50. And he is his final year. You're not going to get this 5-star classic spot fest match here. First of all, it's not the comparison of this match. John Cena and Randy Orton, prime John Cena, prime Randy Orton. They're not the type of flippy-divey wrestlers, dude. So stop with that bullshit, please. This was freaking fun. I don't care whatever you say. You have your opinion? Yes, I would think you have your opinion. That's fine for me. But still, why are you complaining for the sake of complaining with this clusterfuck finishes? Was it too many referee bumps? Yes. Was my a lot of bloodline, Roman Reigns bloodline matches? Yes. But still, it needed to be like this. You're not going to have a full-frontal wrestling match with a 49-year-old John Cena and probably somewhere around 40 Randy Orton. Like, come on, people. Stop with the fucking bullshit complaining. This is a lot better than what I thought going in. The feud didn't impress me with the obviously RKO City to John Cena week after week after week. I get that. You complain about that. I was even complaining about that. But you can't complain about this match. Was it overbooked as hell? You can't have critiques about like I do in this match. There's too many clusterfuck finishes? Yes. I would say so. But it needed to be this. Anything else you would be that's not believable. Because John Cena is nearing 50. Randy Orton's somewhere around his 40s. Come on, guys. You're not going to get this 5-star classic banger. You're an old school 5-star classic. It was never going to be that because John Cena and Randy Orton are not they once were. Randy Orton's still kicking in better than John Cena to this day. I get that. I understand that big time. Randy Orton's still kicking in big time still. He's still being very fun for what he is. Is he's prime Randy Orton? No. But Randy Orton is he's still very fun for what he is in 2025. He's not washed like John Cena washed a little bit. He's not like that whatsoever. Is he what he once was? No. But he's still getting a lot of value for Randy Orton, especially from a couple more world title runs from this with that man for sure. But this match gets an agreement A. Very fun match. Very fun. I could have done like the RKO City, though, with John Sims against Randy Orton with Nick Aldis. And here's the other thing people complain about. R-Truth ruined this match. To me, I think he had a lot of implications with this. I think he should have been in this match. I really do. And plus, plus the referees, there was no referee involved half this match. It was like a mini no disqualification, no DQ, no holds bar match. Because the referees got taken out of this match, for sure. And R-Truth came out, and his Chelsea childhood hero, John Cena. Even John Cena, after the post-show press conference, John Cena had attitude adjustments to R-Truth on the announce table. Or, in the press show conference and everything. Which, by the way, John Cena, after the show went off the air, he was teasing like me potentially going back to his babyface old John Cena days. He was kind of like regretting being his heel, this big prick and everything towards the crowd. He was kind of like he was regretting it. You're already teasing a John Cena babyface turn. We're going back to his babyface old John Cena. Which I don't mind them teasing that right now. I don't think he should be going back to it like right now. I would say maybe like around like maybe after Money in the Bank. And maybe SummerSlam can start being back to his babyface in death. But we shall wait and find out. But I don't mind him teasing it for last night for Backlash this Saturday night. So wait and find out. We've seen John Cena back to his babyface days maybe sometime during the feud with somebody else. Maybe it's against CM Punk, something like that. We shall wait and find out. But this John Cena and Randy Orton match is inaugurated with B, or not B, A for sure. I was pretty entertained by this match. I was pretty entertained for sure. I was kindly sports entertained the last two matches in Gunther and Pat McAfee and John Cena and Randy Orton. The crowd was into it. Could be because Randy Orton's backyard in St. Louis, Missouri's hometown. Probably. But it's a different conversation from our day, I guess. This gets an A for main event. As your overall show for WWE Backlash 2025. Believe it or not, it's better than WrestleMania 40. Well, night 1, night 2 for WrestleMania 40 main events. Or women main events. Or for show, you get the point. This Backlash 2025 is already A minus. So it means it's better than both nights WrestleMania, because both nights WrestleMania got already a B. This gets an A minus. Better than freaking Backlash, and better than both nights WrestleMania. I definitely agree with that for sure. As your overall show stands for this week. Alright, yeah, obviously doing the PPL and everything. So wait till the stands right now. As your overall show stands this week. Number 1 show is Backlash 2025, obviously A minus, great best show. Second place is Monday Night Raw, May 5th of 2025 at B+. And last place is a 3-way tie for NXT, May 6th of 2025. AEW Dynamite, May 7th, 2025 for Friday Night SmackDown. May 9th of 2025 at Belgrade at B-. That is your overall show stands this week. And thank y'all for watching. No Limits Lucas, WWE Backlash 2025 review. Today being May 12th of 2025. And go follow all my social media. So we've got us on Spotify. It's on the links in the description of this podcast. I can tell you on YouTube and general, like Lucas Ian on both Twitter and Instagram. You got Facebook, No Limits Lucas, and TikTok, No Limits Lucas as well. And that is your 2025 Backlash review on No Limits Lucas. And thank y'all for watching the podcast. And I catch y'all maybe tonight for No Limits Lucas podcast for number 7. If not, it'll probably be out tomorrow at some point. Knock on wood. I love knocking on a damn desk. You don't know that. So thank y'all for watching. No Limits Lucas, WWE Backlash 2025 review. Catch y'all maybe tonight or tomorrow for more content on No Limits Lucas. Until then, peace, love, and take care. Love y'all big time, to say the least.